Hello students, today we will learn and study some things about plants. Okay, the title for today's session is Let's Plant for a Better Planet. You know what this title means? The title means that we must plant trees for a better planet, for a better future. Okay, let us study. So, there is the first topic in this session, and that is seed germination. Today, I will be telling you more things about seed germination. What is germination? What do you mean by this name? Germination name means to grow. The seed grows. That seed growing, the process of growing is called germination. Okay. So you can see this. There is a picture in front of you. Here is a seed, a very small seed, and you have planted this seed in soil. Gradually, what happens? A small root comes out of that seed. Okay, this is the first step in germination. Root comes out. In second step in germination, what happens? In second step of germination, a small shoot appears. What appears? Shoot. This is called shoot. Shoot. And this is called a root. Root. Okay. So this is a shoot and this is a root. Now, in second stage of germination, very small shoot appears and roots grow. Okay. In third step of germination, roots grow more widely. These are roots. And this is our shoot. And the fourth step, it develops into the whole plant. Okay. Here, more and more roots get developed. More roots. You also have noticed one thing. Here, there is no seed. Seed is not here now. Initially, you sowed this seed in soil. Okay. Then the root appeared. After the root appeared, the second stage is the shoot. The shoot grows. After the shoot grows, the roots also expand. This is the second stage. In the third stage, shoot grows. Okay, shoot. Shoot grows. It goes on top. Hmm? And roots grow more and more. Last stage, it develops into a plant where the more and more roots occurs and occupy the region. Now let us summarize the whole process once again. You can see here there is a seed. Hmm? In the hand of the person, there is a seed. What does seed do? The part of plant that has a tiny new plant inside it, it's called a seed. Okay, you might have eaten mango. There's a very big seed inside it, isn't it? That seed, that is a part of plant that has a tiny new plant inside it. That is called a seed. Okay, that is the first process. The first thing that we require to plant a plant is a seed. Second thing is the germination of that plant. So in the germination process, we have seen this germination process in this slide here. This is the germination process. First, the root begins to grow downward. Okay, the root begins to grow downward, isn't it? First, the root appears. It goes downward. Then there are few tiny hairs on the root which absorb water and minerals from the soil. Okay, so as the root goes downward, it absorbs nutrients from the soil. Roots have very thin hairs like this. They have thin hairs. Okay, thus those thin hairs absorb water and other nutrients from the soil. Okay, and that helps the seed to grow into a plant, isn't it? Third is the seedling. So the here in process 3, what we got actually is a seedling. It starts growing towards the sunlight. Yes. Okay, it starts growing towards the sunlight. This is a very important point. Mostly, the 100%, what happens is the plants they grow towards the sunlight. Okay, they grow towards the sunlight. Shoot, their shoot goes towards the sunlight. And last but not the least, we get a mature plant. This is a mature plant, a picture. A mature plant has leaves, roots, stems, flowers, and fruits also. Flower produce fruits and other new plants. Okay, so this is the cycle of how plants are created, how everything is done. Now, these are STEM cards: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Uh, these cards actually have some activities hidden in it. Let us explore them. So, now uh, let's plant for a better planet. That's the title for today's session. There is an activity for all of you. What are the required materials for it? Let us see. You require seed or beans, you will require some soil, a small mug or container, water, and a ruler. Okay, you will have all these things in your house. So let us see. What is the procedure for it? Put soil in a mug and sow the seeds. Okay. Now if there is mug, then put the soil inside it and then sow the seeds inside it. Okay. That's the first step. The second step is add water to make the soil wet. Okay. Be careful you don't have to water it too much. Third, now place the container in an area with sufficient sunlight. Okay. So whenever you keep this container, this mug where the seeds are sown, you must ensure that there is sufficient sunlight. Fourth is maintain a notebook to record the daily observations and observe the seed grow into a plant in the next few weeks. So you will observe this and you will write down in your notebook that how much centimeter the height grown. Okay, with the help of your ruler. Okay, with help of your ruler, you will measure the height and you will write it in your notebook. This is your activity. There are some notes for all of you also. Now, uh, first, there are some notes. Let us see. Initially, the root will emerge from the seed. Okay, there will be seed, small seed. The root will emerge from the seed. Then the root will continue to grow and seed coat will disappear gradually. Then the plant shoot will grow upwards from the soil. And fourth, the presence of sunlight, air, and water helps the leaves to grow, while plant shoots grow into a stem. Okay, so this is how plants are developed. Plants development takes place. Then there is a think time for all of you. Discuss and list four things that are required for plants to grow. Okay, so what are the four things that are required by plants to grow? First and foremost thing is water, isn't it? Plants, everyone on earth requires water. Second thing, what plants need is soil. Plants need soil to grow, isn't it? The third thing that plant require is sunlight. What does plant require? Plant requires sunlight. And fourth is fourth is, see, the plants also require oxygen. Okay, plants require oxygen. And fifth point, there are only fourth mentioned, but fifth point, and it's the most important point, it also requires carbon dioxide. What it requires? Carbon dioxide. So plants require water, plants require soil, plants require sunlight, plants require oxygen, and plants also require carbon dioxide. Okay, sunlight is required by plants to grow. Soil is required by the plants to it also requires plant to grow. All these things are required by the plants to grow. Even though carbon dioxide is taken up by plants to produce its own food. Okay, this is why carbon dioxide is also required. Oxygen is essential for everyone on earth. That's why oxygen is also required. Okay, now one more question for everyone. What would happen if the mug, that is with soil and seeds, was placed in a dark room? What do you think? What would happen? Think. I'll tell. If it were placed in a very dark room, if there was no sunlight, then the plant could also die. Okay, if there is no sunlight, the plant can also die because without sunlight, it cannot make its own food. Okay, it cannot make its own food. It cannot do all other things which it should do. Okay, hence it could not also have germinated. It could not have grown. Okay, so thank you. Have a nice day.